Well, good morning, y'all. If you've been around my YouTube channel for very long, you know that this is a set of pencils I've been wanting for a while. They had sent me these three, and I've used them quite a bit. They're the pencils I also used whenever Evie, the little 3.5-year-old, was blending colors with me on a previous video. So these showed up in my mailbox. Totally unexpected. So very excited. When I looked at this, I thought, well, there's a lot of orangey colors right there that are just alike. But you know how I always like a good grouping of purples and plenty of greens for foliage. So let's take a look at the pencils. Now, for right now, I have them in the order that they came in the box. And as you can see, all these oranges and reds are not the same. All right, look at those colors. Now, I will tell you, these are oil-based, so I'm not going to knock any other brand names, but these are very comparable to anything else I've tried. And I do have both oil-based and wax-based crayons in my collection of pencils. All right, your greens, the tealy blues, the light blues, the dark blues. We're going to move on over. Look at the array of purple and some, we've got both sides of the purple. We've got the blue purples and we've got the red purples. Then we've got the browns, we've got the black, several grays, and white. Now, a little bit more of what does this mean for us. Are you ready? Let's go through the colors. All right, so your reds, they are just a bit different. Okay, you're going to get over to your oranges. Again, just enough difference. Oh, let me also mention these pencils are sold individually on their website. Look at the different skin tones. Yeah, so that's kind of cool too. And then we're going to go into the pinks. Yeah, you can get these for 99 cents a pencil on their website. And then we're going to get in to some orangey yellows. Did I get these out of order when I put them on? Oh, they're numbered. So I actually put them on in number order. I may end up going back and putting them in the order that I'm used to finding pencils, which I generally start with the yellows, then move to orange, red, pink, purple, blue, teal, green. Okay, so I may end up doing that with these instead of leaving them this order. But the greens, come on, fingers. So when you want to pull a couple of greens on a page that has lots of plant life, look at that. Plenty of different greens. And because you can buy them individually, if like me, you know, you're going to use grass and kelp the most, you'll be able to order those individually to refill that slot when you use them up. Okay, then you get into your turquoisey blues, the turquoise and tealies, and then your lighter blues. Isn't that cool? Just so many different shades. And then you're going to get into your other blues. So there are quite a few blues in here. Okay. Now this blue, can you see how it's got more purple in it? So it's kind of a purpley blue. And then when you get to Imperial, that is a purple. To me it is. And then we've got this one. And then we go back, it says Grape. And that to me looks like a regular blue. And then we get into the purples, and then a violet blue. And then all these other purples. So I think what I'm going to do on my next video is go back to Small Victories, but I'm going to do a page in using these. So, and just like any other pencil, you know, when I'm coloring, you can use whatever pencils you want, but I'm so pleased to have these. Then there's black, there's another brown, then there's your grays. They've got charcoal, which is going to go good next to your black. Then you've got your warm gray, which is what I would use with reds, yellows, oranges. Okay, it's your warm. Then a green gray, which may end up over in my greens. Then a cool gray, that's going to be better with your blue, green, and purple. And then just a gray, and then white. And then I usually put some empties at the end. So these are the swatches I make, and I also sell my empty swatches over on Etsy. But anyway, so that's the colors. And again, here, let me show you something else about this pencil. Can you see how I've tilted and the whole thing will slide, but it's not rolling? Look how thick that core is. That is a thick core. Okay, very thick core. And then it's not a regular round, it's a hexagonal. All right, so it's actually a 3.8 millimeter break resistant core. They also make drawing kits over on the website, and there's one kit that you can get where you color some glass bottles, and that kit comes with 12 of your basic colored pencils. So if you're just wanting to try them out, you could do that. But I am thrilled beyond to have these pencils. I'm going to open this up and we're going to look again. All right. So when they number, they start up here with number 1 and they go down. So a lot of times, even in my pencils, I will pull and put pencils next to each other that blend well together. But I'm really thinking with this brand, we are going to be able to just go from one color to the next, even if it's not really a matchy-matchy color, and that it's going to be okay. Let me grab, here's just a piece of scrapbooking paper. It's cardstock, really. So it's comparable to a nice coloring paper. All right, let's just take some colors and see what happens here. We're going to grab this one right here. This is Carmine, number 1. Yeah, it was at the very top. Hello, no kidding, huh? So you can see if I start with my circles, and then I'm going to get lighter and lighter as I come out. Yeah, let's just see what we can do here. Hopefully, if you're in the market for some pencils, you'll give these a try. I do know that at the time of this video, they are at a good price. You know, most everything goes on sale from time to time, but you have to catch it. But yeah, that's why those kits are good too, because if you just want to try them, you're going to be able to get that glass painting kit. And it's not really painting glass, it's a coloring picture of glass. Okay, so there's our red, and then let's go to blue. Let's pick a blue from over here. I'm going to pick cerulean blue, because a lot of times it is harder to make a purple. Usually it turns out more of like a brown. You know what I'm talking about. You've done it. And then I'm going to get really light here. Start to overlap a little. I'm going to come back with this one, and I'm going to go over going the other direction. Okay. So let's go over going this way. And it just amazes me how these pencils really do blend. They're just blendable. And it is the oil that's in them. There's just enough oil in there to make them a nice pencil. And look, I'm getting purple already. And I could actually take this till it just totally blends out down there. Okay. And then if I wanted more red, I would put more of my red down here so that it equaled out to the about the blue. It just depends on what you're coloring to if you think you need that extra bit in there. But I'm truly getting from one color to the other without that fine line being there. You know, so many times we try with other pencils to actually blend a color, and it's like, well, that's not even blending, whereas this is. Now I put too much pressure on there and got blue. But that's another thing to show you, is that if you want to go back over something and make lines, you can still go over that and make lines and see what's going on. Okay, let's take this sunburst yellow. And see, just going over that, not so much. But if I take and do some of the blending on the edges, I am going to get that orange. And we know all this because I did this in depth in that other video with Evie. Let's try something we did not do with Evie. Let's try, how many times have we wanted to go from like a purple to a blue? And I'm not even looking at my swatches to necessarily find colors that would be as blendable, but let's just see. Let's just say I'm coloring along, and maybe I'm doing a big old petal. This is a big petal, okay? And I'm wanting to go from this purple into the blue. I'm wanting to just to gradiate and change color. Then you're going to do that, and then let's come in and see how this blue blends. Okay, let's do the outside of this petal. So we're pretending we're doing a petal. Rounded area, little circles. And then I'm going to get lighter as I go in and see how it does gradiate and change. Okay, get lighter as I go that way, heavier as I'm this way, and just go back and forth with your pencils. Back and forth. And before you know it, you have changed from one color to the next. And I would work on this a bit if it was really on my page and get all these streaks and stuff out. But can you see how well these pencils are going together? All right, and so it just goes from one to the other, and you're just going to go back and forth layering. Okay, what about, oh, let's see. Here's a real pretty bright fuchsia color. Okay, this is orchid. What if we come in here and do some orchid right next to that other color? Not really coloring anything this time, just getting color on the paper. Just getting color down. Then what color you think? What about a green? That's not something we try every day. Ooh, what about this greenish blue? What is this? This is jade. I like this color. So then if we come in with jade, be heavier here. And you can see I haven't used that tip down yet. Okay? And they come with a flat sharpened edge. They don't come sharpened to a point. And I think that's good because only one pencil tip was partway smushed. That was it out of the whole box. And the box is a cardboard box, okay? So we're not talking lots of protection. Was I using this one? Orchid? Yeah, I was using orchid. And as you can see again, I'm going back and forth lightly on the overlap, then getting heavier as I'm down on the main color. So I'm telling you, you're going to be able to start doing those pages that are so magical with the mermaids and the castles, the whimsical pages. All right. And you're going to keep going at it. This paper has a ton of tooth in it. Tooth meaning, do you see all the white that's poking through? That's because there's so much tooth in that paper. But you can see how it's blending through there. And you just keep going back and forth until you get it blended. But yeah, if I do this, see, I'm getting the tooth out of the paper. But it's going to take a while to get all the tooth out of this paper because it is a heavy cardstock. It's in my scrapbooking area. But look at that. I even like that together. Okay? So, once again, here's our pencils. Lots of beautiful colors. There are not repeated colors in here. Okay? You're not going to find two of the same color. And yeah, I just hope you'll give them a try. So leave me a comment below. Do you have these pencils? Are you planning on getting new pencils this year? What do you think about getting these pencils this year? I am going to put a link to Grizaye in our description box. Yeah, this is just a pencil holder that I already had. So that's why I went ahead and used it. Okay, 55 and goes here. Yeah, it is easier if you put their points in first, because then it finds the second little hole. Getting a 2-hole one is not my favorite thing to do, but again, it's what I already had. So, all right, there's the pencils. Again, this is the packaging. All right, and on the back, you can get these off Amazon, and you can also get them from Grizaye. Okay, and I would just check them both out and see if either one of them has a sale going on. You know, Black Friday is just around the corner, literally. So, yeah, check them out. They're no-roll hexagon 72 count oil-based colored pencils by Grizaye. All right, y'all have fun, stay safe, don't eat too much, and I'll talk to you in a few days. Bye-bye.